Rochelle, I like your alternative wave usage.
Yay! I wasn't sure if anyone would get it. Like, I don't know if I should feel like explaining this.
You don't have to worry about me and bad puns / dad jokes. I need to be as up on those as possible.
I like typed wave and then that came up, then I was like, that's kind of funny.
I like it.
That's how my day's going. I'm gonna wait a tiny bit longer because I hope today doesn't get too complicated, but I don't know if people saw, I suggested that different people would present other people's pod updates. So that could go great, like it forced you to get updates on other people's work, or it could get really messy and slow. We'll see how confused everyone is. Let me share my screen. Is this the last week of November? No, I think we have another one after this.
No, the next week starts like it's a half November, half December week.
Okay, cool. All right, let's get started. Smaller, feels small group, like a small group, but maybe not. All right. You guys have to guess who this is. I was in a rock and roll band, not rock. And I have 3 recorded albums. And okay, you can guess in the chat or out loud. This person is an active contributor. You don't have to worry that this is someone. No,
Patrick.
not Avi. Avi probably has more than 3 albums. Yeah, Marina got it. How did you know? How did you know it was Ed? Apparently no one knows. Ed, Marina
Wild
knew.
guess.
No way. Wow. Look at that, Ed. I don't know if Ed is listening, but
Technical difficulties, but that's awesome.
it's so funny. I kind of like this even more than the emojis because then we get to know each other like outside of Discord, nomadic, but I was also very surprised. And I will, what's the name of the band, if you don't mind me asking, or do you not want to share?
I'm not gonna do that.
What instrument do you play, Ed? Nomadic, whatever your name is.
I did like bass and guitar in this group.
Nice.
Yeah, it was fun.
I think that's so cool. All right, well, thanks for sharing a fun fact with us, and I will go spy on you and hopefully find the name of the band for myself. All right, quick reminder, season 3 goals. Number 1, seamlessly transition bounties for Near, Sushi, and other partners from Flipside over to MetricsDAO. Excited to get some updates on how last week went with Near. 2, distribute Xmetric to 2,500 holders by the end of the year. And actually, I forgot to update this slide. You'll see after an updated number for Xmetric holders. I think we're at 1,300 something now. And grow our activated analyst community to 550 by end of year. I think today we're at 421 or 422, or like a few people up. Sorry, I forgot to update this slide, but the updated numbers are in the next slides. Here we go. So analytics increased by 13 submissions since last week, 4 new analysts. So we're at 425 analysts who have submitted analytics, 1 new stellar submission, and still 18 programs. Feel free to stop me if anyone has comments or anything on this. Okay, wait, is peer review? I don't think it's Zook. Wait, let me pull up the team chat.
I think I'm reading this one, Rochelle.
Nice. Okay, cool. Look at you.
And I'm just reading it, so jump in if I say anything wrong, guys. On the KPI side, we had 22 volunteers for peer review. pretty good number. Expecting to see turnaround time 3 days. And we had 6 submissions for the FTX Alameda Fire Sale bounty. So 7 submissions for top projects on Near, and peer review is underway for FTX Alameda Fire Sale. Any more color to add, Zook or Aaron?
No, I think that's it. Short and sweet.
Thanks, guys. That's the theme for today, short and sweet. I hope. Xmetric leaderboard. So yeah, we're at 1,370 participants, which is a big jump from last week. 271 new participants. Aaron, do you know what the main driver of that was since last week? Seems like a lot.
The main driver from like 1255 to 1370.
Yeah.
That mainly was the educational programs as well as the field marketing event, or the marketing events that we run, led by Helix. So
Wow,
that
okay.
that big spike. Yeah, there's just a big interest in educational events, I would say, in general. So that was mainly due to the rush of the cohort, as well as individuals filling out both the generic and the async form. And then I would say the last rush is what we've done, and I think also Aaron Amati covered this, is with our marketing events, our field marketing events, we generate additional traction because of the fact that we're platform agnostic. So we have partners tweeting us out. So we just are generating incremental growth there as well. So it's kind of becoming a little murky, I would say, honestly, to dial in where the growth is coming week over week. It might be easier month over month or bi-weekly, but it is being driven, I would say, by those educational types of programs and events and courses split across both, I would say like what we do is the web analytics 101, as well as those field marketing events, which is our partner programs, those events that we're running as well.
Yeah, and to answer your question, Corinne, when we do events, so as far as I know, we've been sharing a form during the event in the chat and being like, "Hey, since you're here, thanks for attending. We'd love to give you X metric." So they don't sign up beforehand for like our workshops or demos and things like that with partners, but we do try to distribute to people who are active.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
Oh no, that's great. I didn't know if there was like gating to get access or if it was just like once you're there, you fill out the form.
Yeah. No, I think it's something we could experiment with, but so far no gating. And yeah, Aaron, I was also confused just by like exactly what we airdropped last week that felt like such a big hike. But I think you're right, it's just the educational programs. I don't know, Marina, I think you airdropped I don't know. I don't know if anyone else has any idea about the big jump from last week, but otherwise we can move on.
A lot of the course, yeah. The first session was last week.
Yeah, it's really been the educational course, or I guess the educational courses, which gives us leaning into educational courses and programs and onboardings that we will generate a good group of Xmetric holders. I do want to highlight to this group as well, with our course, definitely with the cohort-based course or the live course, we generated a pool of a lot of individuals that are actually knowledgeable about the crypto space or Web3, blockchain in general, and less knowledgeable about SQL or like analytics, which is great. I believe that is the audience that we currently want to be acquiring. It's easier to teach them potential skills to get them the abilities to actually do the requests that we have coming in. In the future, I do believe that will change. We'll want to acquire individuals with the actual skills, and we can teach them on Web3 and crypto. But right now, like we've had Magic Eden reach out to us personally. We've had a few other organizations as well reach out to us Blockbeam being one of them. They have their whole company actually taking the live cohort course. So I do think right now we're acquiring the right people, and it's showing with the spikes that we see week over week here. So I'm interested to see how things go with promoting the asynchronous course as well as the next live cohort that we have, which launches in January.
Yeah, me too. Awesome. Thank you. Bounty Ops. I think that's Lee.
Hey, yeah. So over this past week, we launched the first near bounty coming from Flipside, and as mentioned in the peer review, we got some submissions already, and that ends on Wednesday. We also completed reviews for our two of our past analytics for the Reddit avatars and the first bounty on FTX Alameda fallout related to Solana, and we have a third batch in review, which is the FTX Alameda fire sale. So all those are progressing as planned. And this week we're planning to launch 3 new bounties. Another near bounty, starting up a program for Terra, and also in this bounty, which we're working out a question. And all of those currently are planned to be released on Wednesday, so we'll have three new launches for this week.
I had a question about marketing bounties. Is there do we want to keep them at the same cadence as the other bounties, or is there a way for them to have a shorter turnaround time?
Yeah, we definitely could do different, different cadences. Yeah, we just right now we just have them all scheduled to launch on Wednesday, and just have like the usual about 1 week cadence. It's definitely possible to change, and maybe Aaron or someone else might have more to add on that if they want to.
Yeah, no, we can. So right now we do launch, as was stated, bounties on the same day, but in the future, as we launch more bounties, challenges, opportunities, we can shift those. So if we want to start practicing that in theory, we can leverage that with the marketing bounties as well. So Corinne, Rochelle, Aaron A, uh, growth group as well. Let us know what days you all think is the best to get the results, and then we can kind of drive, I guess, reverse engineer from there. We are working with the reviewers to reduce the amount of time it actually takes to score, from roughly like 4 days to down to like less than 48 hours. So this would be also a great opportunity for us to practice those mechanisms as well. So yeah, just let us know. We can reverse engineer from there and tighten things up to make sure that we can deliver on the outcomes of which we promise.
I think Monday, if possible, for the team, Mondays are a great day because then we'll add in language to those marketing bounties, asking people to share the most interesting bit of data, or just asking them to tweet about it, which is really kind of the purpose of these, is to get people in the community posting or engaging with or sharing their dashboard. So if you launch it on a Monday, people have the whole week to share while that question is still relevant. So if we put something out towards the end of the week and we're asking about this thing that happened with FTX, by the following week, that might be a little more stale. So these marketing bounties, launching them in the beginning of the week gives people opportunity to share them while the subject is still relevant.
All makes sense to me. We can do that. I don't think we'll be able to do that obviously this week, or obviously next week as well, with the week of Thanksgiving, but early December, we'll start leveraging that as well.
Sounds good. That would be awesome. Protocol dev. Forg.
That's me. Yeah, so the protocol dev team is shipping. Past week, we got app baseline UI components out, app UI flows and mock data, payment curves. What else we got here? Likert reviews. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know what that is. Some cross-chain payment architecture and cross-chain payment risk mitigation, which is awesome being able to pull out some cross-chain payment infrastructure. We got the indexer in the home stretch. Is, as we all know, a holiday here in the US. So for this week, our priorities for the dev team is going to be enjoying Thanksgiving. Go out of your way to reach out to loved ones, and I recommend all teams do that. We're going to wrap up some baseline UI components and design delegates for the Merkle tree. Looks like some concerns might potentially be breaking changes to the legacy site and time. We are quickly entering the end of the year, but the dev team is speeding along. And then starting to talk with some more designers, front-end developers, send them my way. And by my way, I mean not me, send them over to Ed, because I will have nothing to do with them. How'd I do, Ed? Sounds good?
That was wonderful. Thank you.
No problem.
Or could you tell me a little bit more about the payment curves?
Yeah, so payment curves are a very unique infrastructure that we're implementing. As instead of payment lines where everything is standard, where it's like, $50 for everyone doing the work that they're doing. The top 1% or like the winner's going to get X amount, and the next one's going to get like slightly reduced, and like 7 to 15 is going to get some 60% of the pot, something like that, and the very tail end's going to kind of get whatever's left there, the long tail. And I totally made that up. How did I do?
That was really good.
Cool. Glad I can guess well.
It also means our naming conventions are pretty good.
Yes, it was pretty easy to at least put an educated guess out there.
Yeah, that was impressive. You just went for it. I thought you knew what you were talking about, almost.
Thank you. That's years of practice of talking about something that I have no idea what it actually is. Likert reviews, don't ask me about that. I couldn't guess on that one.
Ed, do you want to quickly talk about liquor reviews, or should we?
Yeah, it's just it's
Okay, cool.
a new approach for grading. It's a new grading rubric we're looking at. That's just like good, great, bad, spam, average. Yeah, at least do it in chat as well. It's to help us make it really easy for submission reviewers to share their feedback on the submission.
That makes sense. Thank you. Biz Dev. Aaron, how's it going?
Sorry, I didn't see the slide in the deck a little bit ago. I was looking, so give me 1 second to read through it. Yeah, we did hire a biz dev lead. I know that Meg is working on to create the onboarding for James and get him started. So expect that to kick off next week. We did follow up with Algofy. We actually sent them over a proposal last week towards the end of the week and just waiting for them to respond and know what the next steps is there. And one of the awesome things recently is, as everyone knows, kind of, the market has went down, decreased even more than it already did. And there was some concerns around Biconomy, but we reached out to them, chatted with them, and we've locked in 100% of the grant there. A lot of, I guess, to kind of fill everybody in, when we do work with these organizations, protocols, blockchains, whoever the client or partner may be, we work in the sense that we lock in things around the native token. So when we do get grants or delegation, it is usually based on the actual token itself, and it is an amount of that token versus a USDC or USD value. That's why I would say that the Biconomy thing is important here, the Biconomy grant. With the recent drop in the market, we essentially, saw our funds cut in half of the amount of which we originally proposed it to be in the value of USDC. We reached out to them. They were more than willing to adjust based off the progress that we're making. So the analysts are crushing it. They see the work, they understand, and they were willing to essentially just grant us more of their native tokens there. And then, for Meg, this kind of upcoming week is, continue to prep for onboarding James, and then Thanksgiving. Any questions around any of that?
Thanks, Aaron. I think I'm doing the first part of this for governance. So 3 snapshot, or what do you call them? 3 proposals were ratified. The first one is Xmetric payments, I believe, for core contributors, which is awesome, and we're distributing more Xmetric to people who matter. Statute of limitations on payments. I think people are going to have a certain amount of time to tell us they didn't get paid in time, and if they don't claim that within, I want to say something like 40 days, 45 days, eek, I forget. Then we are not going to take care of it. So we're trying to limit how much admin work contributors are focused on. At the same time, we also want to pay our analysts, so it's kind of a compromise. And then we are claiming and delegating our safe tokens. We're delegating them to whom?
Yeah, the flip side. Sorry.
The flip side. Oh, right. Okay, right. I knew that. So this week priorities, we are executing on that safe token claim and delegation. And concerns or blockers, please go vote.
Yeah, I forgot
there-
to clear that out. Sorry, that was last week's stuff. We don't
Oh,
have
yeah, I
any
was
votes.
gonna say,
No votes over Thanksgiving. No one has to pay attention. Go enjoy your holiday and stuff.
Okay, awesome. Anything else you wanted to add?
Now you got everything else. Sorry.
Okay, cool. And then I forget who is doing treasury. I think Zook.
Yeah, I'll do my best. So, update for Treasury. Payments were issued to all contributors as well as for bounties batches 2 to 5. And this week, the priorities for Treasury are to create multi-sigs for the NEAR program and the ALGO program, which will be coming up from Flipside. Also, Treasury wants to build data dashboards to help track Treasury assets. Those are all the updates for Treasury. Anything to add, Bill?
That was great. I think I'll bring up now, we're trying to create these multi-sigs, and in the name of decentralization, try to get some signers that aren't at Flipside. So I was going to start with reaching out to our core contributors. I think we have Helix and Marina on this call. I think Kakamora as well. If y'all would be interested in joining the multi-sig or being a signer on these multi-sigs coming up. So I'll go ahead and DM you all as we try to figure out the 5 signers for each of these multi-sigs. And the priority is to get them created before we have to pay anyone out, just so we can try to get ahead of this. And that's all for Treasury.
Thank you. It's exciting. And there's also Patrick as another non-Flipside core contributor. Curation. I think this is not.
Yeah.
Thanks.
So last week there was 4 things that were kind of being actively worked on. There was DEX swaps, DEX LP action, NFT sales, and NFT mints. Pretty much half of those are pretty much done with DEX swaps and DEX LP action, and then NFT mints and sales are in the queue and probably going to be finished by next week, I assume, or probably not actually. This week's off. Sorry. And then this week's priorities is just write up a walkthrough of onboarding projects for newcomers and interested potential curators, because I think we're trying to recruit a bit more to handle all these projects that are coming in. I'm not sure if there was anything else. Please let me know if there was.
Nope, it's all good.
All right. Last but not least, growth.
All right, the growth team. Shout out to Patrick. He led the first segment of our live course. 100 very active participants joined us. That's a lot of people. Maker Dojo joined our Discord for a demo, and we used Badger, and it was great. Also, CatJam was at an Ethereum gathering. I never know if it's ETH or ETH, so I avoid typing that out. That shows when I'm reading someone else's slides. This week, we have more live courses, segment 2 with Marina. Starry Night content by Mega Fund. We also have a community call tomorrow. Hicks HLX will be leading that. More data and chill with Nick, part 2. Stay tuned. Maker Dojo demo Twitter threads coming out, and Wonderverse walkthrough on Wednesday. Wrapping that up this week. Well, wrapping up in the future on Jan 9th, our live course promotion is going to start. No concerns or blockers. Another shout out to CatJam. She's crushing it.
Can I add a quick
That was-
little update to that update?
Sorry, I went too fast.
Our live course actually launches on January 9th, but we're going to start promoting it this week. So on Wednesday, we'll do a big Twitter push, email push. So if you guys want to also, we'll ping you guys. But if you want to promote on your own Twitters and get to talking about it, talk about it in Discord, that would be awesome. But yeah, this Wednesday, we're going to promote the fact that we're launching another live course on January 9th.
Awesome.
And Wonderverse, they're doing a demo. If you're at all interested in using their platform for project management, you should join. It's at 1:30. It's in the Discord events, but 1:30 p.m. ET on Wednesday. And the demo at first was just going to be for me and Helix. And Drake was like, you know what? Let's just make it public because I keep showing them to different people one at a time. So, yeah, also shared in the team chat. And that's everything. I thought that was kind of fun to do different people doing different pods. Do you guys like it? Should we keep doing it or no?
Yeah.
That was fun.
Okay, cool. All right. Well, if there's nothing else, have a great week. And I'll see you in the Discord.
Bye, guys.
Yo.
Bye.
Bye, take care.
Have a good week, everybody.
Enjoy your Thanksgiving if you're in the States.
You too.